everybody! So we're gonna venture out beyond our comfort zone this year and try and, hey, keep updates on some other parks besides just Knott's Berry Farm. This park is very screamy. So we're at Six Flags Magic Mountain today. We're gonna try to keep maybe monthly, bi-monthly-ish vlogs on this park, just to kind of keep updated, because there is some, I mean, with the merger that happened between Six Flags and Cedar Fair, this is now part of the family. And there is a lot of stuff that's going to be happening to this park throughout the year that I want to keep everybody updated on, as well as myself. So, with all that being said, let's get to the first bit of update information at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And that is the solar panels that are going to be added to this entire parking lot, all on the front side of the park. This project is just on the other side of Scream. And look, I mean, obviously it's the holidays, so there's not going to be a lot going on at this point in time, but they obviously have started bringing in all of the gear. This is going to be kind of a massive undertaking, obviously, and I know it's something that, to my knowledge, they've been wanting to do for quite a while now. And I think this is going to be fantastic to have the added shade, because it gets real hot under the sun here in the summertime. And if you're having to park out here, there's no real close parking to the entrance of the park. There just really isn't. You could park all the way up there and it's still, you know, a good 10 to 15 minute walk sometimes at a slight uphill grade. So it, you know, you gotta bring your hiking boots sometimes. But this, knowing that your car is not going to cook in the sun, is kind of a nice little, it adds to peace of mind, knowing that you're not gonna have melted candy bars and stuff in there, like me. So I don't know if, oh, you know what, I think those are the panels out there that they have them all stacked up way out off in the distance. And they're still gonna be digging the little holes for the posts. It looks like they've just kind of marked everything. So everything's marked, everything's good as far as where these posts are gonna stand. And then once they get these all stood up, obviously then they'll bring the panels over and get it done. I would assume that this is something that these companies do on a regular basis nowadays with like shopping malls and stuff like that. A lot of places now have high schools, a lot of places now use solar panels in their parking lots. So I would imagine this be done well before summertime, probably spring, within the next couple of months at least this part. And I know the question hasn't really been answered, but I'm sure they're going to, when they're done putting all this stuff up, then they'll go through and they'll repave the whole lot. We all know that this lot could use a little loving, because it gets abused. As you can see, it's not in the greatest shape. And with the parking being kind of the Wild West out here these days, it could desperately use renewed markings in the parking stalls here. I don't know if anybody else feels this way. I'm not a huge fan of this chain link fence complete with triple lining of barbed wire along the top. It looks so much more like a federal prison than it does an amusement park. I would love just like some greenery along here. I know a lot of people want to see the rides, but there's ways that you can make kind of transparent walling other than, you know, this. But I will say there is an upside to it, I guess. You get to see that in its entirety. So as we begin the gradual uphill climb to the front gate, I did want to mention that we had a bit of trouble getting into the parking lot because we didn't realize that when you renew your annual passes at Six Flags, and I'm not sure if it's going to change going forward after the merger completes and stuff, but we didn't get new hard passes, and we never got an email with a new barcode or anything because the cards that we used didn't work. I don't know if we were supposed to get a new, because we renewed back in like September, and I'm not sure if we were supposed to get new cards or something in the confirmation email, because in the email itself it just says the name of the pass and it's got all the add-ons and stuff. So we kind of had a little bit of trouble there. They of course were very nice, you know, and accommodating, and they let us in to park because they saw that we are pass holders. But we have to go to the front gate now. I'm gonna meet Andrea and the kids up there. We got to go to the front gate and get new hard passes. So if you haven't been here and you're a pass holder and you haven't been here this year, be prepared for that if you haven't taken care of it already. Also, with the new year, we move on in the seasons. It looks like Six Flags is back to its normal operating hours, 10:30 to 6 on weekdays, and what was it, like 10 to 8 or 10 to 9 on Saturdays and Sundays, something like that. But we are now within normal operating business schedule hours. Hey, Juby sliding?
Nope.
We got some Seasons of Thrills here all year. They've already got their schedule out with all the dates on it. Oktoberfest and Boof. It's just Halloween and Christmas, it looks like.
Wait, this should have ended.
So we got our, here you go. We got our new
Our
pass.
special gold ones, he just threw in the trash.
Oh man, the gold ones are way cooler than these ones.
No.
These are like papery. It's not very busy today. A lot of the stuff is like 15 or 20-minute lines, with the exception of like Tatsu and X2. Those are an hour or over an hour. X2 was like 2 hours last time I checked, and Tatsu was 1. We're gonna go look at Tatsu now and see what that looks like. Yeah, you're plenty high. You're plenty tall enough, Kinley. Jensen, not so much. Obviously, the water rides aren't going to be open. Rapids are closed, and Jetstream is closed too. And also the top of the mountain is also closed, where Ninja, Magic Mover, and Superman all are, because they're working on something up there. I don't know what, but nobody said anything about what it is. So the Magic Mover, Superman, and Ninja all down, and access to the top of the mountain up there is all down too. So if you want to get to the back, you got to go all the ways around. Some racers. They got 3 trains on racers going today. That's probably why that line is so short. They've had this tractor here underneath Ninja for a while too. So they're working on something down here. I'm not sure what it is, but they've had this out here since I came about a month ago and hasn't really moved. So I'm not really sure what they're doing up there, but hopefully again more answers soon. It may have to do with what's going on the other side where the amphitheater is, but that's kind of far away. So I don't know. And I sort of pointed it out last time I was here too, that this is now the, looks like for the extended future anyway, the new home of the Horror Emporium, which is just a bunch of Fright Fest merch and stuff that you can purchase throughout the year. It's a pretty cool little shop. It's got all kinds of cool little stuff in it, but it's all the way back in the back corner of the underground. So that's what this is from now until the foreseeable future anyway. It's actually not that short of a line. It's like 45 minutes it looks like. But if they didn't have that third train running, it would be even longer, probably over an hour. And while I got you here, I kind of want to do a PSA on the app. I wouldn't put too much stock in it, as you oftentimes come across weird wait times, like 450 minutes. That is not 450 minutes. It's probably 45 minutes, maybe. But it's saying it for a couple things now. That, and it also says that X2 is a 5-minute wait. X2 is not a 5-minute wait. Yeah, Revolution is not a 450-minute wait. Tatsu, that's probably close. Riddler, that kind of stuff. So some of the stuff is on, but sometimes you come across weird anomalies like that, and it's just like, I don't know about all that. Like I was saying earlier, Jetstream is also down, so to be expected. It's winter, it's cold. These are the times when you do the refurbs on these rides, when people really wouldn't be riding them anyway. And also on this side, they've cut off all access to the top of the mountain, so you ain't getting up there for a little while. What you can do is you can always just scan the QR code to look at ride availability, which will be NA for the foreseeable future. So for now, Samurai Summit closed down until we get word something is going to change. I found out where all the people were hanging out. Everybody's back here in Metropolis. All kind of hiding on one side of the park. I guess it's like lunch and break and dinner and snack time for everybody. It's 10 minutes to 3. There's so much room out there on the other side of the back side of the loading dock from Wonder Woman. It's a lot of space. It goes all the way underneath. I always thought this would be a really cool spot for a maze, but I know that Wonder Woman and Riddler's Revenge are both right here. and both rides are super loud. So noise-wise probably wouldn't be great, but I mean, you could throw up a little tent right there and get yourself another IP and get going on at Fright Fest. Come on. Maybe utilize the roller coaster noise as part of the environment somehow. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. And look, you've already got Saw on this side of Wonder Woman, so how much is the noise really going to affect something anyway, right? So it looks like they're just going to leave this up throughout the year, which I guess is a good idea since it took them so long to get this thing up this year. It was almost a month late, so they're not going to use this spot for anything else anyway. So I guess this will stay up for the whole year, which I think that's a good idea. I think that's smart. That gives them more time if they're going to use this IP again next year to maybe add all the improvements and you know, make it as close to full strength as they can instead of having to get it up and deal with building it and risk falling behind the timeline again. I didn't get a chance to do this one this year, which is kind of a shame because by the time this was open, we came with the kids and they weren't about to do it with me, so there was no point in getting the maze tickets. But very much look forward to doing it this year. If it is, whether it's Saw or some other theme, I look forward to seeing what they have in store for us at Fright Fest year 31. It was a slow day, and then everybody woke up and decided to come at the same time. Once again, Classic Revolution. Delayed. That ride's got a knack for breaking down. So this wall in front of the special effects building next to Wonder Woman, we noticed it up back when Fright Fest was getting started, around like the end of summer. But I haven't heard what's going to happen back here yet. I don't know what they're doing on the other side, or if they're just going to use this as storage or something. But they've got these speakers up here, like they're planning on this being here for a long time. They've been pumping house music through here since they've had this wall up. So we'll keep our eyes peeled if they're ever going to do anything on the other side of this wall. So they obviously haven't started taking any of their holiday stuff down yet either. Even though they're not doing their holidays in the park anymore, they still have everything up around the park. The Christmas trees and the lights. I'm curious if they're going to turn them on when the sun goes down, because the park closes early tonight. But the sun goes down in like 5, in like an hour and a half or so. So will they like have these lights on for the last hour? I guess we'll find out in a little bit here. I do already miss this thing shooting through here. It sounds like a friggin' fighter jet. And it's been down for such a long time. I miss that. Every food place we've come by, too, has been backed up. These lines are all long to get food. Obviously, it's still the holidays, so people are still out of work and school and on vacation and stuff, probably for the next week or so. So you don't expect it to be super slow here. But it's much slower than it was last week at all of the parks. And the big question that's weighing on everybody's mind is, when is this theater going to get demoed and what's going to go in its place? As of now, they just pulled the permits to get it done, but there's no date set yet on when that's going to happen. I mean, obviously we'll know because this is a massive structure in the middle of a giant empty area in the park. But this will be a mystery for the time being. People are speculating another roller coaster. I mean, obviously that's the obvious choice, right? This is the thrill capital of the world here. What do we got? 21 thrill coasters here. There's no reason why they would stop there. Plenty of room to add number 22. I know that's all that up there is like right on the other side of Superman back there. So that might be where they're doing all the work first, and then they'll knock this down last. This will only take a couple days to get the whole thing knocked down and then cleaned up, and then after that, who knows? Then the real work begins. So obviously they want to get everything squared away, get the plans all figured out, and then they can begin the real work. I mean, I assume it could be something similar to the situation here with Full Throttle, how this used to be the log flume ride back there, and it didn't take very much space. When they closed it and they put Full Throttle, which looks like it's down again, they put Full Throttle back there. I mean, they had plenty of room to do that. So maybe we can expect something along the lines of Full Throttle. I know a lot of people are saying that Six Flags wants to get its Hyper in, or its Giga even in here. We'll see about that. I don't know if they have the room for that, but maybe something along the lines of Full Throttle. I don't see why they couldn't do that. At least they took the fire pits out. There's no more fire pits. Can't roast any more s'mores here. Sorry, guys. I always want to take time to respect the little entrance facade here. Right when you walk into the park, this little waterfall system they have with the big screen there and Revolution running through when it's open. This scenery here is amazing. And I know this is something that Six Flags themselves pride themselves on. are these entrance facades, and Magic Mountain is just no different. This blows me away every time. So the Revolution is going again. It's amazing just doing one cycle around the park, how many rides break down and come back and then start working again. It's funny what just a little bit of track can do to help. Doesn't seem like it's even that far, but when you have to go all, it's not fun. Little bear! All right, so what's the review on Tatsu?
10 out of
Jack?
10, or 11, 12 out of 10.
12 out of 10 for Tatsu?
Yeah.
What about Kinley?
100.
100? 100 out of 10 for Tatsu.
No, 1.
Okay, rank them in order.
Tatsu's
hold on.
1.
Tatsu, X2, Colossus.
Tatsu's 1, X2's 2, Colossus is 5.
What about Apocalypse?
I'm assuming that's gonna be 3. 3. Probably.
You're assuming it's gonna be a 3?
Yeah.
It's loud.
I don't look so.
It's like the end of the world, a pitch dark tunnel.
He was like, can I just measure this height? Because we're already on the stairs. And I was like, we're not going there. Him and I are not. She's like,
Ooh. Good theming. This is cool. That was a long wait for that ride, but it was fun.
It was worth it, and the
wait was at least cool.
The main comparison is Ghost Rider. This one's a little crazy, like the turns and stuff are way crazier, and this ride goes faster.
It's cool, a cooler line.
But it's not as smooth. Because now my head hurts. Now I need some ibuprofen or some acetaminophen. So I didn't notice that these the go-karts are all electric now, so you can't hear them or smell them anymore going through here. There's this they're cool looking, but I don't think I'd pay extra money to ride them. If I was going to pay extra money to ride a ride, it would be Dive Devil. Nope. Yeah. We're just going to cross over.
Jump over right there.
Any single riders?
Pull it down. Pull it down. All right, you got it, Jackson? All the way down. Use your muscles. See you later, bear. Have fun, little man. Oh man, it's gonna be the most fun. Huh? Right there, that little loop. Your lasso of truth. That's the fun part. Bye, Jackson. Don't look so bored, dude. You're Jensen.
how was it?
How did they beat you? So that's the answer to our question. We're still doing the holiday in the park lighting. They did turn on the lighting ceremony. I'm not sure how long they're going to run this. I love it, but I'm kind of done with the holidays. I'm ready for something new. It's pretty though. So I saw this at the back of the line on Scream, that they're only operating with one unit. They only got one train on Scream. I mean, this ride's never really busy anyway, but I wonder if they're going to start doing this to other rides as well. Tatsu only had one train, but I think that was just because the other one was down. But that's interesting. I've never actually seen like a disclaimer saying, hey, just so you know, we could be moving slower because we've only got one train going. These two were able to grab the last train of Scream. Lucky us.
And you guys have to scream. If you don't, you will be the latest train of the day. Right, no music, which means you guys have to be really loud. They have to be very loud, alright? Visual scan. Still complete, all clear.
Kinley, you better scream.
Alright, I don't hear you guys screaming.
We thought we were going home, but they let him go again. I guess they were just that loud. They were screaming that loud. We'll give that the double thumbs up. Chastain's in LA, seal of approval. They let them go around a second time, just because they're cool. But they want to have fun, and they want to make sure that everybody else is having fun too. So now these kids are going to come down here and be like, that was worth it. I'm glad that we're closing down the park on the complete opposite side, and I just realized that we have to walk all the way back now.
It was at this moment that he knew. He
Oh, we saw.
He saw. He's screamed so loud we got to go on twice. Yeah.
I just real quick want to give you a little hint. If you're leaving the park like everybody else is, if you head over here to the Superstore, which is in the front of the park, you can go through this way. It leads you right to the front gate instead of having to go all the way around through the main street there. Because there are times where if there's a big enough crowd, it bottlenecks, as you can see from just the lines of the restrooms. So you just head through here and just go out the other side, and the gates are on your left. Okay. And we're at the exit. Ta-da! Oh, that was a fun day at Six Flags.
Yeah.
Have to do that more often. Now it's time to go get some food.
Denny's.
Kinley, take us home.
Ooh, I'm gonna try.
She doesn't know what I'm talking about. All right, we'll catch y'all on the flippity flop.